himself.
The Buccaneers are deep in the offensive coordinator search at this point, having interviewed 5 guys outside of the organization. There's a pretty nice looking name within the organization that's interviewed. Who's coming to Tampa? Who is coming to Tampa? That's what we're talking about. What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. It's very clear what the Buccaneers are going for when they look to hire the guy for this coordinator position. They want continuity. They want familiarity. They want someone who speaks the same language as Dave Canales and Liam Cohen. That language, of course, being Sean McVay. We saw this style of offense. These McVay concepts have fantastic success last season, being top 5 in plenty of categories. Baker Mayfield having the best season of his career, so it makes sense that this is their focus. We want someone that can kind of just keep things moving along. We don't gotta shift a whole bunch of things, come up with some new concepts, implement this, that, and the other. Like, it's the same concepts, similar play styles. Obviously, every coach has like different play calling, different methods, different ways to go about a game planning, but somewhat the same. You know what I'm saying? 4 of the 5 outside guys that the Buccaneers have interviewed so far have spent time with Sean McVay at some point. 3 of them are spending time with him right now because they're currently on the Rams in LA. So there's Rams pass game specialist Nate Schias, Rams pass game coordinator Nick Kayley, Rams quarterback coach Dave Ragone. Next, they're going to bring in the Rams grass guy, the Rams front desk person, the security guy. Bring them all in. Let's interview them all. The 2 outside guys I'd say I like the most are Schias and Kayley. Kayley, 42 years old, currently with the Rams, like I said, as that pass game coordinator and tight ends coach. And he's actually one of the most sought after guys right now. As for offensive coordinator positions, the Texans have also interviewed him. The Jets have also interviewed him. So if this is the Bucs guy, they might want to hurry things up a little bit before one of those guys potentially grab him before we do. He spent time with the Patriots and Bill Belichick before his time with the Rams, and as the tight ends coach on the Patriots, of course, he coached Rob Gronkowski, so definitely a pretty good offensive resume for Nick Kayley and some really good guys that he spent time around. When you're talking about McVay and Belichick, you got some guys. Nate Schias, I've heard really good things, really good mentality, and is absolutely a rising star in the profession, but he's pretty fresh in the NFL. Just 1 season spent as a coach in the NFL. Like, not talking about calling plays just 1 season, just 1 season in general. This year with the Rams, 2024, was his first year in the NFL as a coach. Prior to that, he was with Iowa State and does have a year of play calling experience with them and has led that team when he was calling plays to very good numbers. So absolutely a rising star in the profession. I just don't know. 34 years old, just 1 year at the NFL level as a pass game specialist. I don't know if the Bucs will be willing to pull the trigger on that. Possible, but I'm not sure they're ready to go that quick. But absolutely love the potential and trajectory of the guy, 100%. On to my top guy, and he is an in-house guy. That is, of course, being Josh Grizzard. I've talked about him on the channel. I just love the opportunity for just carrying everything over. The guy himself has spent some time with some really good people, has learned a lot of things, and he's put up numbers. And numbers speak for themselves. Last year with the Buccaneers, he was the pass game coordinator. That pass game looked pretty good to me. And the third down guy. The third downs numbers, I mean, just best conversion percentage in the NFL and best in Bucs history in his first year doing it. I mean, that's not a big deal, right? So yeah, pretty damn good there if you ask me. Just 34 years old, coming from Yale, smart guy. Has a good amount, for being only 34 years old, has a good amount of NFL experience. Before the Bucs, he was with the Dolphins. So when you're talking about offensive minds that you kind of look for, guys from those branches, he has Sean McVay, courtesy of Liam Cohen, and he has Kyle Shanahan, courtesy of Mike McDaniel. Experience with McVay and Shanahan, offenses, play calling, concepts, the run game from Shanahan, everything we did last year with the McVay style offense. That's a lot of good stuff. That's a lot of good stuff that he knows, and I mean, it showed when it comes to those third down numbers. It's a big deal, third downs. Obviously, most important down on offense and defense. You got to convert. If you don't, you're giving the ball likely to the other team. And he, best in the NFL. I also think having a guy that the locker room already knows very well and is familiar with, knows the Bucs 2024 playbook. You don't have to reshape third downs at all because he's the guy that ran them. You don't need to find a whole new offensive staff because if he gets promoted, then other guys around him probably stick around, maybe get promotions. Sounds pretty good to me. Cohen may try to steal one of the guys from the staff to bring him over to Jacksonville and promote them to offensive coordinator. So that's always a possibility. He could even go after Josh Grizzard to become his OC over in Jacksonville. So once again, time is of the essence when you're talking about competition. Jets and Texans are both looking at Nick Kayley as well, and it's very possible that Liam Cohen is looking at Josh Grizzard as well. So if one of those two guys are your guy, let's get it rolling. I absolutely understand this whole mindset with the Bucs too, like thinking about the guys in the locker room. Baker Mayfield just had your best season of your career, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns. Why do you want to change things up on him, especially for a guy that's, is this going to be his 8th or 9th offensive coordinator in his entire career? Already? At that number is ridiculous. Baker doesn't deserve it, but it's just the cards he's been dealt. He's doing pretty good with it since he's been in Tampa. Mike Evans, if it wasn't for his injury, he would have got that 1,000 yards pretty easily. Racked up the touchdowns like he always does. Good season from him. Chris Godwin, on pace for an absolutely ridiculous season. I sit here at night and think about what type of numbers he would have put up if he did not get injured. The receptions, the yards, the touchdowns, it was all there. Bucky Irving and his ascension, Jalen McMillan, his ascension, the offensive line and their continuity. Why would you want to change things up on that offense? So this 100%, it makes sense to me. I will also add that Thad Lewis was interviewed by the Houston Texans. That is, of course, the Bucs quarterback's coach, so something to keep an eye on there. He did get an interview last year before the Bucs hired Liam Cohen, so I expect him to also get an interview this year for the Bucs offensive coordinator position. That's going to be it for me, though. Just a quick video going over the candidates so far, my top guys, my opinion. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinion as well down in the comments section below. Who are your top guys? Is there someone that you're really sticking on? Like, I really think this could be the next guy for the Bucs. I feel like these last 2 seasons, the Bucs kind of have let it drag on a little bit, just interviewing like a ton of guys, like double digits when it comes to interviews. This year, it seems like, they've only interviewed 5 guys outside the organization. Now they're going to do some in-house guys. I don't think it's going to get to double digits, and I don't think it's going to drag on as long as it has the last couple years. They know their focus. They know what they want. That's familiarity, continuity, and they're attacking it. So let's get it done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, please leave your comment down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go Bucs, and you all have a blessed one.